And today we are joined by Coach Thabiso. Hi, Thabiso. It's lovely to see you.
Hi, Karen. I see your name is Cash.
Oh, it is Cash today. There you go. I've logged into Cash's account, so that's fine.
I'm only
Cash should be grateful for having some hair.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm loving the new hairdo.
Oh, so it's lovely to see you, and thank you for joining us. Obviously, you are presenting at the NLP conference next year, which is really exciting. We always love to see you. So tell us a little bit more about yourself and your presentation, which is entitled "Unleash the Greatness Within."
Well, for those who don't know me, my name is Thabiso Mailula. For those who know me, my name is still Thabiso Mailula. And, yes, I'm famously known as Coach Thabiso. And I was born and raised in a very large village in South Africa called Bolobedu. You know, for those who don't know, it's famous for Queen Mujaji, who used to make it rain. So we make it rain, y'all. But yeah, so that's where I grew up, and I'm currently based in Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm an NLP trainer. I'm a mental health coach. I'm a public speaking coach. I'm also a leadership coach. And I'm the founder of Subconscious Frequency Academy, which is an NLP and life coaching training academy in South Africa. Well, global now, because now we're able to reach global students. You know, so that's what I'm excited about. Now, I'm also the ANLP Inspiration Award. You know, that award winner, I think that is still the most, life-changing experience in my life. I think that's for the first time in my life, I felt I was seen, for who I am. I didn't have to do anything out of this world for me to get that award. I just had to be me for me to win that award. And also the ANLP ambassador, international ambassador for South Africa. So that's Thabiso Mailula. And what I'm presenting on at the NLP conference, which I'm really, really excited about. It's my second time presenting at the NLP conference. And, third time actually.
Third time, I was gonna say it's your third time.
Yeah, second time virtual, third time. And so I'll be presenting on Unleash the Greatness Within. And this topic is very close to my heart because it's a topic that played a massive role in me overcoming my fear of speaking in public. Whenever I say I grew up being afraid of speaking in public, people don't believe it. And we just had a 20-year reunion just 2-3 weeks ago. And people are like, wow, Thabiso, you are an international speaker. What? So that was quite exciting for them to just see how far I've come. And I think also for me to just reflect on all the lessons that I've learned and how far I've come and what NLP has really done in my life. So this process, I need to also give credit to my trainer, Dion Groenewald, who played a massive role in creating this process. But it's really played a massive role in my life. And this process is simply, a call for us to really just remember who we truly are. Mm-hmm. And this process is largely based on a few NLP processes to just simply help us reflect on, a lot of us have limiting beliefs that keep us stuck. We have things that have happened in the past. We tend to judge ourselves by what's happened in the past and where we are in the current moment. And those things tend to keep us stuck or tend to have us have limiting beliefs about what we are capable of doing. This process simply just helps create the I can and I will in life. So that people can just really discover the resources they have, the abilities, the talents, the ideas that they have, to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve in life based on things that they've done in the past, things that they're doing currently in their lives, and things that they're still going to do in the future that they are aware of. Yes. And those which they're not even aware of.
Yeah.
The beauty of that, because we tend to judge ourselves by those things that we are aware of. And basically, it just helps people realize that you are not who you think you are. You are so much more than who you think you are. So much more. And it's just simply based on the presupposition, the map is not the territory. So the process really just helps people become more aware of the qualities, the resources that they have outside of their map, which is in their territory.
Beautiful. So what are delegates going to take away from your session apart from that? If you were able to sort of just package up, what do you think, what will delegates take away?
So I think, look, as I said, I can and I will. So definitely delegates will, firstly, and most importantly, you're going to get a new toolbox, a new tool in your toolbox. So a new tool that you can use to help clients overcome limiting beliefs, or, you know, get unstuck from whatever challenges that they're facing in life. 1, 2, participants will learn to discover more about who they truly are. You know, they'll learn to discover who they truly are based on, you know, playing around with some modalities and dissociation, a little bit of anchoring here and there, just to simply, and reframing, to simply help people just reframe their perception of themselves. Participants will also learn how to discover what they are actually capable of. Participants will have the confidence to start taking action on the things that they've always been afraid of doing. As I said, I had a fear of speaking in public, and after this process, I was able to immediately start speaking, you know, with confidence everywhere around the world. Yeah, I think those are the main takeaways that I think, you know, participants will be able to take out of this process.
Well, you're an incredibly empowering person anyway, and it sounds like that's a beautiful package for people to empower themselves and others. So what more could you possibly want? It's lovely. So is there anything that that delegates could do before coming to your session so that they can to prepare them for having a deeper experience during the session?
Yes, in fact, I was just thinking, I would encourage delegates firstly to start thinking of someone who doesn't have the challenges that they have. So someone who doesn't have the challenges that they have in whichever area that they feel stuck in. So start thinking of which person has the qualities that you would like to have. Who's the one person that when you think about has the qualities that if you had, you'd be able to achieve the things that you would like to achieve. 2, I would say start reflecting. There's something that I realized early in my career is that often people who have challenges in life, the common denominator, you know, was self-esteem. And as I began to play around with self-esteem early in my psychology years, working as a counselor, I realized, hang on, what comprises one's self-esteem is these factors. You know, it's people tend to reflect on things that they don't like about themselves when they look in the mirror, you know, instead of things that they love about themselves. So for them to just write down a list of 5 physical traits that they love about themselves. 5 physical traits that they love about themselves when they look at themselves in the mirror. 2, a lot of us have a tendency of actually, you know, when we're invited for an interview, we tend to look at things that we're not good at. And when we're invited for an interview, you even have to go and Google, you know, what are the qualities what are our strengths? You know, what is it that we are good at? So this, I challenge you to start reflecting and looking at the things that you're good at. So what are your strengths? 5 strengths or 5 things that you're good at. And the last one, a lot of us have a tendency of reflecting and looking back at our lives and looking at the mistakes that we made, the things that we did wrong. So this, I call this the 555s. The last one is 5 achievements. Beautiful. 5 things that you've achieved in your life that you are proud of. So I would say do that. Firstly, identify your model, somebody that you feel has the qualities that you would love to have. 2, you know, write down the 555s. So 5 physical traits, 5 strengths or 5 things that you're good at. And lastly, 5 things that you've achieved in your life that you are proud of.
That sounds like a fantastic exercise that I will definitely go and do, because I know otherwise I think sometimes when I get into a presentation and into a session and it suddenly becomes, you know, and you're asked like something like that on the fly, and it's sort of I get like a rabbit caught in the headlights. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. So that's really useful to have that that home play to do beforehand. So thank you for that.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
And I normally encourage, because of course it does become challenging, but the idea I always say is what I've just given you there is simply to just help you start consciously tuning your res into the frequency that empowers you to love yourself, the frequency that empowers you to start recognizing the greatness within. And the process that we're going to go into, obviously, we now start tapping into your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind to simply just help you realize that you are greatness. Yes. You are not greatness. You are not greatness that needs to be discovered. You are greatness in just who you are.
You're starting to put me in trance now. Oh, I'll just play that recording again and again. Thank you.
Yeah. So who are you? You know, I think, you know, recently in my journey, I just realized, you know, we go through life and we're thinking, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And I've just really realized that I am greatness. And what is greatness? Greatness for me is the universe. Mm-hmm. And to help people really understand why I say I am the universe is simply based on the concept that my fingers is a part of my hand. My hand is a part of my arm. My arm is a part of my body. My body is a part of my family or me. I'm a part of my family. My family is a part of their community. The community is part of South Africa. South Africa is a part of Africa. Africa is a part of the world. Mm. The world is a part of the universe. Who am I? Who are you?
Mm. Part of the universe too. Thank you. Oh, gifts galore, Thabiso, gifts galore.
So yeah, an opportunity to you know, to just simply identify and get in touch with the true essence of who you really are. Yeah. I think this is what Unleash the Greatness Within really offers you.
That's so lovely. Thank you. So, I mean, it's a silly question to actually ask. How are you planning on adding value in a virtual environment? Because you're in South Africa, I'm in Hertfordshire in England, and you've added so much value to my evening already.
Thank you. I'm glad. Look, I think having attended and presented at various, actually, let me take it back a little bit. Having presented at the NLP conference, the live NLP conference, I realized that the greatest takeaway from the NLP conference is getting to interact and network and mingle with just everyone from around the world. Yeah. And having presented at various online NLP and the conference and just online platforms, I realized we still need to create that sort of thing in order for people to not feel that disconnect or that distance that happens. And I think one way that helps do that is have a lot more breakout rooms. You know, breakout rooms, because I think when you're attending a virtual conference, the best place is in the breakout rooms, because that's where you get to interact. And it still creates that opportunity to just feel like you're still at a live conference. You're still meeting people from different parts of the world. You feel like you're in the same room. It's a private setting. So it's almost as if we've just gone to just go grab a sandwich or grab some juice there in one part, in one little corner. And we're just chatting about the session and which session was interesting, except this time, you're going to be discussing about what is interesting about the process that you're going through, and identifying things that you really identify with. You know, I've heard a lot of people say, you know, when I talk, isn't it like, you know, very pompous for you to talk about the things that you're good at, about your greatness? And I think it's always nice for you to actually share about it in a group where other people are sharing. And I've realized that when you find yourself in a platform where you confidently share about the things that you're good at, you give permission for other people to also share their greatness. And nobody feels that they are speaking over anyone, because I always say the difference between arrogance and confidence is simply that the one knows that they are good because they are better than somebody else. The other knows that they are good because of the qualities that they possess.
Yes.
And confidence is knowing that you're good because of the qualities that you possess. Simply that.
Just as Marianne Williamson says. Yeah.
Indeed.
Thank you. So I mean, you've already answered the question, you know, what does the conference mean to you? And having you at the conference is really, really special to us, especially because of, you know, when we first met you, which was at the conference, and just what you brought to the conference. You know, you went home that year with I don't know, 300 new friends, I think.
Even friends who were not even at the conference.
Well, there you go.
Oh man, I mean, I had people come onto the next year conference say, oh yes, we met you, but we're not at the conference. We met you online when we heard that you won the Inspiration Award. But I think for me, honestly speaking, it's one is making friends. I think that's that. Two, I think you get an opportunity to really learn from different people, because one thing I love about NLP, I guess, is a presupposition. The map is not the territory, and it's taught in different ways. I mean, you can teach the same thing in different ways. So I've just really learned, for me as a trainer, as an NLP practitioner, I come out of there with new insight, new ways to go and present things, better ways to actually teach, better ways for me to practice and apply the NLP tools, and just new information, you know. So, you know, I think I've gained a lot of insight from that. My courses, I literally change my course every time I attend the NLP conference. I'm like, So I've had to get to a point where I'm like, no, I have the discipline. You're not adding anymore. You're not adding anymore. Because I'm like, oh, I want to add this. But how? What? You know, so I think it's just, you literally just get information. And I think no matter what your niche market is, there's always someone who presents on a topic that relates to your niche market. I mean, you have different fields. And the nice thing about this time, and especially this year for me, was that there were recorded sessions, and that you really could just go and revisit them. Yeah. You know, and I think just recently I presented on one of the processes. I mean, one of the presentations. I thought, yes, like, this is really interesting. Because I found it really challenging when I watched the session. I said, I want to really master this, and I'm going to go and present in another platform on this particular topic. And because for me, I realized that in teaching something, that's when I really get to master it, because I really understand it, I can go teach it. And that's that. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to rewatch it again and just really you know, sit down and make the notes in the manner that I want to make them, had I not had the opportunity to actually watch it, you know, in this recorded manner. So yeah, I would really recommend anyone, not just NLP practitioners, but anyone who is, you know, in any leadership position, anyone with a willingness and a desire to grow, to attend the NLP conference, because you will get amazing processes that really, there is no wrong room to get into, because the room that you enter into really speaks to whatever it is that you are going through in that particular moment.
And of course, afterwards, you can pop into the other rooms because of the recordings. So that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Thabiso. I'm so excited about your session. I mean, I think what you're presenting on is a huge learning for everybody, and it's something that, however many times we've done NLP and whatever level of NLP we're at, I think it's a valuable reminder to us as to who we can be and who we are. So Thabiso, you will be at the conference next year, at virtual conference. You're presenting on Sunday, the 22nd of May at 9 a.m, which is BST, because we'll be back in summertime by then. Yay!
So and we've got. I don't need to calculate anymore.
No, don't worry about that. We'll tell you nearer the time, it's fine. But yeah, so you've got a 90-minute session called Unleash the Greatness Within. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to going and doing my home play before your session. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for granting me yet another opportunity to share the little that I've learned in this long journey ahead of me in the NLP world.
You are welcome. Thank you, Thabiso.